You know, we're talking about a helper. And the two people become one. That is Matthew 19:4-6. The reason why you leave your father and mother and you are united to your wife, the two of you, when something is united, there is an intersection. It is no longer two, it becomes one. That is, you are now one flesh. You are no longer two, but one. So, you are a helper there, right? You are no longer two, but what? One. Which means, since you are no longer two, but one, don't wait for the other to ask for your help. Right? You are now what? One. Never wait for your helper to ask for help. I pity partners who say, sente zange zino za chikazi. You're saying you've become one, but you have sente zechi?
I'm demanding you my money.
A wife is demanding a husband their money. How do you begin to call it borrowing or lending? Lending your husband money. How do you begin lending your husband money? Everything the husband does is for you. Right? Everything they do is for you, for the posterity of your family. So this issue that we need to begin to demystify the issue of sente zechikazi. I'll tell you that sente zechikazi is not what you guys have formulated today. You're again abusing that phrase of sente zechikazi. Sente zechikazi has always existed. But not in the context that we are putting it today. I was waiting for somebody to ask me which context.
We are waiting.
Sente zechikazi, many in the past were the people who used to work. And whenever they worked, they brought everything home. The woman is the manager. The wife is the manager. So they had that money which would be spent for particular causes. And there was money to run the home. But a prudent wife, on the money to run the home, she always spared something and it became savings. And this was money that was saved for the rainy day. That's why your aunts, all those aunties used to tell you, omukazi abeera n'ekasente ekika. When the husband came back home and they were troubled, they were at the age, things were not working. This was the time for the wife to go and break the what? The saving box. And gets out to the sente zechikazi for the what? For the running of the family, of the home. And that is what sente zechikazi means. Not saying that when you are working your salary, it remains your salary. And then the man's salary remains their what? Hours. No.
I want that is a point. I want before they go further. You want to mean that the husband, if they doesn't know that the wife has saved something separate, but sente zechikazi it's a separate. This one is what I'm saying. So I remember when I could go to school, my father has given me fees. Then mom calls me before you go, he removes from the Chikondoro, get this 5,000, my son.
Yes. That is sente yechikazi. That is the real essence of sente yechikazi. We are saying you've come together as partners, work together to build your home. have that last oil in your brook. I don't know, that last oil in your brook, that when things go south completely, your husband should not run to money lenders. You should bail them out. Do you understand sentence H?
Yes, we do.
It is not the money, it is not your salary. Your salary belongs to the family.
Bring it to the man. Kneel down.
Your salary belongs to the consolidated fund of the family. The day you get married, in your first week, go and open up a joint account.
That's okay.
If you want your family to survive, the first day you get married, go and open up a joint account. Have from your salary, you can decide with your man and say, the money that will be developing this home, this much goes from my salary, this percentage. And this is the percentage that remains. Have sentence kazi. It is very okay. But it is for your family, not for your It's not to make your man look what? You're using sentence kazi okuwola omwami school fees y'abaana bammwe.
That is weird.
You're working and you are demanding money from your husband, which you paid as school fees for your children. Are you married? Are you? Even a foster parent, they pay fees and they don't demand it. So let us get to know what it means by when two people become what? One. It is no longer the man's vision, it is our vision. You sit down and say, this year, what do we need to accomplish? It is no longer my salary, it is our salary has delayed. Or we have a delay in our salary. You're using those resources for investment. It is our investment, not my investment. You are married and you are renting on your own houses because they were built by the woman. These things are happening. And this is what we're saying we need to correct. It is not right. Marriage is a partnership. A lifelong partnership. A lifelong union. Where the two people are no longer two but one. And if you've looked at those ones who have been married for so long, they even look alike.
Yeah. Yes.
You will begin seeing resemblance and you will begin failing to identify who is who. As time goes by, that is the union. That is the union. We see that a few things have changed over time, like you would say. But a helper still remains a helper. It means all responsibilities are not vested on you as the wife. So if you are a man here and your wife is feeding you from January to December, there's a very big problem. Good enough, ladies these days have very successful careers. I've heard of a nurse, registered nurse. I've heard of accountants in making. I've heard of business managers. All of you on this table bring something to the table, which is very good. And And God places you in good, places you in high positions, not to develop yourselves, but to develop and build your family. So when you get there, that should be the mind. It's not about me or about, it is not me against him or me against them. As I want us to go to the next session, our lunch will be ready in the next few minutes. So I will not want us to begin a new session. You have a kataleke there. Or the utaleke. Yes.
About finances. My view, it's so sad that some people don't respect other people's view. You may not agree with me, but just respect it for now. So my view about finances is that as we have a joint account, I'd love the man to have some money, his own money, and me also to have my money.
Yes.
Whereby, if he gets something, maybe he wants to make a donation, or maybe his cousin wants some money, and it may not be too necessary for us to discuss. He can use his money. I'm not a person who is used to asking for money. So it would be a very bad problem for me if I don't have some money that I can easily use. But when we also have our joint account, so we decide of a portion, and it's okay for him to have some money for himself, even me for myself, then we have that one which we have joined together. Another point that I wanted to put across, though it's not about money, we were talking about different ladies, if they have maybe leadership roles outside and how they behave at home. Personally, I'm building myself to be two kinds of women. The Song of Solomon woman, that is the wife. I'm going to be inside my house. I'm that go down because I have a man and he's the lead. Then I'm also the Proverbs 31 woman, that when I sit in the boardrooms, I'm making money. I'm bringing out points, I'm rising my career, and I'm doing what? So if some women could adapt to that when I'm outside in the boardrooms, I'm making presentations, I'm making money, and it's for our own good. But when I go back to the house, I'll do my wife duties, okay? So I put on my wife garment when I'm home. When I'm outside the world, I put on my Proverbs 31. She goes, she hands, her husband calls her this, outside they praise her. Yes, we can put on both the dresses, respectively.
That's a very perfect
summation.
Yeah. That I would love, I wish that had been, I don't know if it was recorded. I need that one. I would need that one as a nugget that goes out there. A woman should be able to wear the two women at different points. It tells us that woman builds her house. You know what build means? By building your house. Unfortunately, womanhood right now is tearing down what they would be building. That's the very unfortunate part. I've heard of people in marriages where the other partner thinks, you married me, you brought me here, therefore you took it as your responsibility to take care of me. You must do that. Then you've heard of others who feel like, I'm into this marriage, and therefore everything about it is about me. I've seen very young, smart women. Some men love women like dressing up and looking good. Right? But the man you're with, the shirt is what? The collar is torn. And you, from head to toe, you are 500,000. Your man from head to toe is 25,000.
That's not love.
Like, you can't even feel like, as I'm doing my shopping, I should do shopping for my husband as well. Yes, men are givers. I'll tell you that I think 95% of what my wife puts on, I buy it personally. Like, there's a woman I want to see out there. I find you putting on a beautiful dress and it looks good on you. I'll not want to appreciate it on you. I'll go and look for that dress. And my wife puts it on. That is me. Because there is that woman that I want to see. And I want to continue cherishing and appreciating. Not all men will be like that. There are some people who have been in marriages and the last dress they bought for them was their wedding gown. Yeah. But then you will not say, because this does this, also mine should be that way. What am I driving to? This thing of two becoming one is beyond the saying. It is about taking the interest of the other partner as your own.
Yeah.
Like, that is how deep it is. Putting yourself in the footsteps of the other party. Before you say that rude one, first asking yourself, if it was him to say it to me, how would I react to it? How would I feel about it? And that begins with the relationships that you build. Don't expect to be with an abusive partner right now and expect them to change after they are married to you.
Yeah.
You will be lying to yourself.
So just listen.
It will worsen.
Yeah.
So, what you are beginning to create right now as your relationships should be a reflection of what your relationship will be after you really marry. You will be that relationship on lies. Those lies will multiply by 5. They will multiply. So, as we build in that, strong marriages are built on the understanding that it is no longer about me. It is no longer about me. Remember, these are two people from two different families, perhaps two different tribes. Like, that's my two different countries, that is my relationship. These are two different people, two different countries, two different cultures, two different everything. But you're coming together. It is about knowing that this is no longer about me. What is killing you, what is killing your relationship is the ego.
Yeah.
The ego that you keep with you and say, this is about me, this is how I do it. I am the man. Now I'm talking to the man. I am the man. The moment you're getting into a relationship, the moment you're getting into the marriage, and you know every time it will be, I am the man. You've ruined it already.
Actually, when you say you are the man, in actual sense you are not a man. Because you want to prove that you're a man. Let them prove that you're a man.
Exactly.
Maybe before.
Before.
I wanted to come in on this issue of the joint account when you talked about it. Joint means that you can access that account at any time, all of you.
Yes.
For me, whenever even I get a girlfriend, I give her my personal passwords testing her of the what mobile money, of the bank account. Even in my home, if there is a draw of money, she has a key. That is the first test. When I find out that she has withdrawn money that she has not told me and she has not come to explain to me, I'll change the password and I do what? But there are things then I remove a key from her. There are things like donations that come in. If you reach there and you say, my husband, I have spent this and this on such and such an issue, it's your money, you are spending responsibly. Then akatalekeka, it is like separating your partner from his relatives. There are people like, we have a man that I know, other people here maybe know with him. He was a lovely man, he could socialize, but once he married, you cannot even see him again. Like, they change you totally. So when you are in that relationship, make sure that you see whether is she a fan of your relatives. Does she even try to learn your language, your culture? If it's not, some of us now, if I know that you may not marry your tribe mate. But is she ready to go there? Can she try to mingle cassava flour? Can she try, like, is trying to learn this and this? Then, this second last, don't treat me like others. For example, you respect a pastor than me. You kneel down for a pastor, but you can't kneel down for me. Yes, I may be free with it, but once I see kneeling down for a pastor, oh, pastor, you know what? Please. Also, I expect that now in home. That's when you're going to see my dictatorship.
Thank you.
Secondly, when I'm in the congregation, I raise a point for you are quiet. Then another man raises a point. Oh, that is you see,
You are talking nonsense. And I want to support you.
You should be knowing. Let me tell you, if I'm talking nonsense, you will tell me that, please, you talk a lot of nonsense. When you are two, that's what they say, don't be yourself. When you're two, if I've spoken nonsense, you speak a lot of nonsense. Then this thing of what if I have a girlfriend, if you know my girlfriend, if you see her with a new dress, you know that I'm the one who insisted that she put on like that. I know I'm designing her because that's how I want her to look. But now you refuse. When you reach there, then another person, wow, you look good.
Well, thank you. She had, before he came in, you had a what?
It is going on something.
Okay, let me have it from.
You were talking about a helper, and I reflected something about when I was growing up, even up to today. I used to see my father doing everything when my mother's given birth. Even when my mother had gone away from home, like they had gone for a conference somewhere, for 1 month, he could do everything, like cooking, mopping the house, so when I came to that side of choosing a marriage partner, I was like, God, I pray that I get a man like my father. But when I tried to interact with people who are older than me, they told me, you cannot find anyone who is like your father. So as you are talking about a helper, I reflected about that. And I don't think that I'll get someone who is exactly like my dad.
Well, you may not get